are listening to Living Lighter Radio. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio.
Living Lighter provides a revolutionary way to address what's truly holding you back. We have the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter.
Join us now for a Living Lighter experience. This is Living Lighter Radio, and I'm Patricia. I'm here with my husband, Jason. Today, we're going to talk about weight loss and the amazing things you can do that no one else ever talked about. This is the first of a two-part series. But first, both Jason and I would like to acknowledge that it's Martin Luther King Day. We would like to honor, and we hope that you do the same, we would like to honor Dr. King by speaking the truth about racial inequality. It exists. The root cause is the result of cultural programming. The solution is uncovering essence, your essence, because our collective, authentic essence is racially neutral. Racial prejudice is the result of toxic programming, not connected to the authentic self. So with that said, Jason, let's talk about our subject today. And that is, we're talking about weight loss. You know, we've talked about it for a long time. So Jason, come on, what's new?
Well, normally I would take an egghead approach to this and tell you how to do it the right way. But as I started to do that, and she's laughing because, when she asks me questions, she always asks me these questions and she gets way more information than she ever wants.
That's what I'm laughing at, everyone. But, since you're listening, here we go.
So as I started to, outline this program, I heard this screaming in my ear. I want it now. And I know that's true. I know everyone that is considering weight loss or is in a weight loss program now, they want instant results, and it's human nature. So we always want to be practical and helpful. And the truth is that in the world today, your weight sneaks up on you, and then we become overwhelmed. We say, "Oh my gosh, I can't handle this anymore. I got to get rid of it now."
Is that thing where it bites you in the ass,
yes,
so to speak?
Yes.
And then it gets a bigger bite.
Yes. We don't expect it. We see all of a sudden it's there. All of a sudden we look in the mirror and, all of a sudden there's 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds that we didn't expect.
Okay. So what do people do that are that overwhelmed or that have done all the diets, that have done everything? What do people do, Jason?
So we're going to show you how to get started today, right now. So for all of you that want it now, we're going to help you with that. And we're also going to help you if things don't work out. Mm-hmm. And we're going to show you an energy approach or clearing way to implement whatever method or practice you choose. In other words, you choose the method. You probably already have. Maybe you're using a weight loss program right now. Don't stop. Just add this to it. And
why is that, Jason?
Because it gets to the root of why you have excess weight in the first place.
Okay.
I mean, if you use an app, if you buy food in one of those programs, if you up your exercise program, wherever way you want to implement it, we're going to help you just add a little bit of magic to that implementation.
Okay. So Jason, can you give everyone, including me, some examples?
So, perhaps you're using a program, restricting calories, choosing a diet. There's a
gazillion out there.
There's a gazillion out of there. Big thing now is logging your food. Where you write down everything that you eat. And we're going to
shaming.
Yes, we're going to teach you how to replace clearing with programming, or more accurately, we're going to
say it the other way around.
Adding clearing to the programming.
There we go.
So let me tell you the traps. Okay. When in one of these programs they tell you how you should feel, that should be a big warning sign. That's programming. So, don't try and force yourself to feel a certain way because, as intuitives, we see that that's not really authentic.
Well, one size doesn't fit all here.
It doesn't. And the way you feel is the way you feel. You can't manipulate that, trick yourself or whatever. You feel the way you do.
Okay.
When you're told to do something without the method being prescribed, that's always programming because chances are you were taught how to program yourself. So that's what you'll choose. You'll choose some form of force, tricking, manipulation, incentives. That's all programming.
Bad pictures on the refrigerator, that
exactly.
kind of thing. Okay.
When you're told to change from one thing to another, that's programming. Instead of doing this, do that. Well, how do you do that? Well,
you mean like instead of whole milk to going to non-fat milk, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
When you're told to use self-discipline, that's self-discipline is always programming, where you force yourself, no matter how you feel about it, to do something. And we just suggest that you clear first. Whatever you have, if you're disciplining yourself, it's because there's a part of you that says, I don't want to do it. I don't want to, keep this away from me,
right.
Keep this healthy breakfast away from me. I want my scone or my donut. Just clear that and then force yourself if you need to. A lot of people use the buddy system. Well, we're going to do this diet together. The problem is that it's really toxic to your buddy. So if your buddy is telling you that, hey, you didn't do this, hey, you didn't do this, pretty soon you get tired of it. Your buddy may get tired of telling you, and there becomes this barrier in your relationship.
Well, and the other thing is if you're going to do the buddy system, choose somebody you don't like. Then you can continue to hate them, and it's all still the same. But the point is, and I was being a smart aleck there. The point is that when you do that, you continue the energy of hate or dislike, that kind of thing. That doesn't solve anything.
We're trying to say that the reason that you have excess weight is because these energies, and we'll talk about this in the next segment,
right.
But these energies comes up of negative emotions.
Right.
And we're taught to deal with those by suppressing them with food.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of things, here's another example, using a game or competition with yourself. People like to play little games, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, that's programming. That's forcing you to do stuff. Mm-hmm. You're not looking at how you feel about it. You're saying, okay, it's a form of manipulation or trickery that you do with yourself, and that's programming. And at some point, if you get a negative result, if you don't play the game very well, if the result isn't what you like, it's shaming, and that guilt and shame is what caused you to eat in the first place.
And let's stop with that right there, Jason, and let's talk about that for just a second. This is what I call wearing. When you're wearing those, you end up wearing those negative energies.
Well, and we say it that way because we understand that. But if you break it down, what happens is that you bring up these negative emotions, and rather than clear them away, which is what you do with the ecosystem approach, which is why we're doing this radio show, instead of clearing them away, which is a very healthy way of getting rid of negative emotions, what you're taught to do is suppress them or numb out from them by having something sugary, having some sort of carb, having some sort of processed food, and that suppresses them temporarily. But then when they come back even stronger and stronger. And that's why the whole world has been struggling with yo-yo dieting, where you lose a little bit and then you gain it back. You lose a little bit and you gain back even more, and then you lose a bit. It just goes back and forth, back and forth.
That's that damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Exactly, because the root, which is the negative emotions, isn't being addressed. But if you use clearing, which is a way of dealing with those negative emotions, removing those negative emotions, you're going to be, even if your current diet plan fails, at the end, if you've been clearing all the way through, you're going to be in a better position to start another diet than you were before, and
create something that works even better for you.
Yes, and one of the things
amazing.
One of the things that happens when you clear is you have these insights. Mm-hmm. If you start clearing guilt, if you start clearing overwhelm, if you start clearing frenzy,
Right.
then you start to see what's underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true self-insight. And that self-insight can help you choose the best diet program for you next time.
Well, and you know what, Jason, by the way, what we do can be applied to everything in your life. And when you are with us for a while, you'll start to see that sort of thing. And he and I didn't talk about this, but while he was talking about manipulation and all those things, I quit smoking cigarettes 20 years ago. And how I know that is I gave it to my daughter for her 29th birthday. And it was a gift. She hated my cigarette smoking. And at the time I used programming and that sort of thing to quit. But after I started doing the clearing, what I found is every once in a while, I would have these cravings for cigarettes. And instead of smoking or beating myself up, feeling guilty for wanting a cigarette, one of the things I would do is I would use the clearing process. And it is the most amazing thing because it works.
And it works. So what she's saying is it doesn't matter whether it's smoking or dieting or weight loss or eating
healthy food or exercising.
It helps you with those negative emotions.
It's amazing. So, okay, sorry for the sideline, but I thought it was a good one.
Well,
Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Identifying programming embedded with traditional advice is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Do this or feel this is always code language for programming. Programming versus clearing doesn't have to be either or. You can do both. And clearing to implement a diet is the best way. Even if you fail, you are closer to success.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to use programming and clearing. I mean, let me say that again. How to use programming and clearing for any diet that you choose. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Have you discovered the remarkable books at angelhealinghouse.com? Author Claire Candy Hoff has channeled rare books of inspiration and insight.
Angels of Faith is an inspiring story of healing, comfort, and hope that reminds us that death is not to be feared, but embraced with joy.
One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, takes readers on a roller coaster ride through Angel Ariel's 5 most important lives on Earth, as well as her experiences in the afterlife, and helps us remember our own journey across the veil.
And Claire Candy's autobiography, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, which details the 2003 soul exchange that took place when Claire Candy walked out of her body and Angel Ariel walked in, creating heaven on earth for herself and others.
To find out more about these wonderful books, visit angelhealinghouse.com today.
Hi, I'm Laura Meeks, and the most common problem that my clients face is all work and no play. This is why I created Fly High Living. I help you develop a balanced life plan and guide you to a place where you love to wake up in the morning.
Call 888-666-1570 or go to flyhighliving.com to sign up for the 4-week Flight Plan for Life course.
Choose the new earth on the Cornelia Stephanie Show. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio as Cornelia takes listeners on an odyssey of higher consciousness to inspire, educate, and empower. Cornelia guides people on the path of self-healing, peace, and liberation. The Cornelia Stephanie Show is your catalyst for anchoring heaven on earth on a global scale. For more information, go to corneliastephanie.com.
Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
If you have a sense that you are meant for more, join Heather Allison every third Tuesday at noon Pacific as she explores an ancient, forgotten energy within us and helps us access our original archetypal blueprint. The Golden Path will help you remember the key to unlocking your life, love, success, and magic you were meant for. A key to unlocking your golden path. Visit heather-allison.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're talking about how to use programming and clearing for any diet program. Let me repeat that. We're talking about how to use programming, which Jason and I have been talking about through all of our shows, but also and use clearing with it. Wow. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. All right, Jason, in the last segment, you said, even if you fail a diet program, aren't you being negative when you say if you fail?
Well, in our culture today, we believe that we can choose our attitude or choose how we feel. That's not true. As intuitives, we see that we have these authentic emotions, and then if we choose how we feel, well, basically what we're doing is we're acting, we're faking some sort of emotional response.
Is this like fake news?
No, this isn't like fake news. This is like this is more like fake orgasm. It's
okay.
It's when you act one way, but you're really not feeling it. And you can't force yourself to be positive.
Okay.
And it's not going to work that way. So what happens is that if you're faking it, you're also suppressing those authentic emotions that are really getting in your way to help you lose weight.
Okay.
And if your objective is to be positive with your diet program, clear the negative thoughts as they come up. That gives you the best chance at being successful. Being fake positive does not help you be successful. Whenever some expert tells you how you should feel, you're being programmed, and your feelings are authentic, and you can't talk yourself out of your feelings, or you can't use your will to change them. If you think you're doing that, it's an illusion. We see it because we see these emotions. We see these energies of emotions, although people fake their feelings all the time.
Well, is that close to like putting lipstick on a pig?
Sort of, although, one of the reasons that you and I do so well together is that even if we try and fake our emotions with each other, it doesn't work because we both call each other out on that. So, in a nice way, of course. And it just that authenticity that we have between us is really helpful.
Okay. So let's get to the bottom of this one. Explain, how can you use programming and clearing to get to your end result, which is today's show, losing some weight? Okay.
So let me give you an example. If you have a diet that suggests you eat certain types of meals, it's a form of meal planning.
Okay.
Or another way you could do it is reducing your portions.
Okay.
If you're trying to plan your meals and you become overwhelmed with the changes,
well, clear the overwhelm.
Clear the overwhelm. Clear the overwhelm, clear the frenzy, clearing the feeling that I don't have enough time, clear I'm gonna be yelled at my boss because I'm going to be late, or blah, 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 whatever thing comes up. And then force yourself to, do the meal plan that you need or reduce your portions.
Well, I do want to say this. I am the cook in the house, and which I love to do. But oftentimes, or many times, I'm actually, while I'm cooking, I'm clearing things that have gone on during my day, if I'm cooking dinner, so to speak. Or things that I'm resisting to get done. Oh, I don't know, laundry, things like that. Or it doesn't matter, but I oftentimes I take a look at the situation, and I want to make sure that I'm getting rid of negative energies, because I'm cooking and I'm putting those negative energies into food. That does not work.
Well, and that's a great segue, because we have a newsletter, and I want to just suggest to you right now that if you're trying to lose weight, the newsletter is really essential tool, because every week we send you out a newsletter, and the main part of that newsletter is some things to clear. Mm-hmm. And we give you the words so you can do that. We're going to be doing clearing in the last segment today. So we're going to show you how to do that. And we're going to do some things for your diet. But the truth is that these negative emotions are at the core of why you have the excess weight. And so if you do a diet plan or some sort of diet and fitness, and if you're not clearing your emotions, you're missing the whole point. Well, and you're missing what's really causing the problem in the first place.
Exactly. And I'm going to go back to, that's what what I'm referring to when I say, if you're not clearing, then you end up wearing your emotions.
Exactly. And, everybody says, well, you have to reduce stress.
Well, yeah.
But the implication usually is don't do the things that are causing you stress. And I guarantee you, if the things that are causing you stress, if you could not do them, that would be easy. But the truth is, the reason they're causing you stress because you have to do them.
Right.
And what we say is don't, change the energy, which is what you can do. This is what's great about the newsletter, is that this sounds complicated because we don't use clearing in our culture. We use programming, force yourself to do this, trick yourself into doing this,
you can only
manipulate this. Yeah. That's, so you need some help in understanding how you do the clearing and how it works. This newsletter is free. If you go to our website at www.livinglighter.org and go to the newsletter tab, all we ask for is your name and email address. It's that simple. And you get on our list. Every week you'll get a list of clearings based on the topic of the show for that week. But it doesn't matter. If you're trying to lose weight, do clearing. If it's clearing about frenzy, if it's clearing about having a new beginning, whatever it is, just do the clearing, because those negative emotions is what really is at the core of the problems you have with your weight.
Well, and just one more thing. Come on, everybody. Right now, if you haven't signed up for that newsletter, go to www.livinglighter.org, correct?
Yes.
And go to the newsletter tab and sign up. It's real simple, and the information that you'll get will be very, very helpful to you. So with that said, Jason, explain, if you're clearing, how, if you fail with your weight loss program, can be helpful. What does that mean?
If you get started right now, no matter what weight loss program you're doing, let's say you're not even doing a weight loss program, but you want to lose some weight, start this way. You don't have to jump into a diet plan. Start removing the negative emotions. And the reason failing can be helpful is that in the process, if you use, when you're about to force yourself to do something or trick yourself into doing something for this weight loss program, if you clear first, then at the end, even if it doesn't work out, you're going to have reduced some of that load that creates the weight in the first place. And you're going to have a better idea about who you are. And that knowledge of who you are is going to help you choose your next weight loss program in ways that are better for you. And even if you're not doing a weight loss program right now, start clearing. You're feeling stressed, clear that. If you're feeling bad about yourself, clear that. If you hate your body, clear that.
Well, you just brought up something. Let's just touch on that. When I talk to women, mostly, and there's men too, don't misunderstand me, but the hate that people have gained in their body, about their body, around their body, is epidemic right now. And that hate, it just doesn't serve you. So if you want to start somewhere, clear the hate. That's a really good place to start. Now, I realize that could be a little advanced, but it doesn't matter. Start somewhere.
And we're going to stay tuned, listen to the whole show, because at the end, we're going to do some clearing. We'll show you right now, and sign up for that newsletter. That's going to be so important. So, here's the other thing that people don't understand is that the toxicity from these negative emotions, they build up.
Yes.
If we're not feeling like we hate our body in this second, but we did, an hour ago, or we did a week ago, I guarantee you that feeling, that the energy of that feeling is still present.
Right.
And the ecosystem approach, which is what we talk about every single week, is about identifying those negative emotions and removing them on a regular basis. And if you're clearing, you gain insight into what works and what doesn't for you personally, not one size fits all, but for you personally. And it's very, very helpful.
So, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Always clear the emotions that keep you from implementing your diet first.
Okay.
It's okay to use willpower and discipline after you clear your emotions first.
And by the way, it'll be easier if you do it that way.
Yes. If you fail, keep clearing and learn about yourself as you try again. Then clear some more.
Okay.
And that dieting and clearing is a way to learn about yourself and what works and what doesn't.
Love it. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about why losing weight is so hard and the big picture about weight loss. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Are you tired of being bloated and nauseous? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know eating unhealthy foods eventually leads to an unhealthy digestive system? Did you know eating the most healthy, nutritious food doesn't necessarily result in a healthy body? The stomach must be healthy in order to properly digest, metabolize, and utilize even the best of nutrition. Without proper digestion from the stomach through the intestinal tract, the nutritious value is not absorbed, and the improperly digested food can be more toxic to your body than helpful. You can be doing all the right things and getting all the wrong results. In fact, other organs may also be interfering with your stomach's ability to digest. With CRA, we are able to determine the specific cause of the digestive issue and use the proper nutrition to correct the imbalance. Contact us today for your appointment at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. Or visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Would you like assistance on your soul's journey? We invite you to explore the new Alchemy of the Goddesses Center located in Auburn, Washington, a sacred space for healing sessions, classes, crystals, books, and many other tools to assist you in reaching your full divine potential. Working together with compassion and love. Find out more about the new center, visit alchemyofthegoddesses.com. That's alchemyofthegoddesses.com.
Interested in deepening your spiritual practice? The School for Esoteric Studies offers online training to spiritual seekers from all paths of life and individual coaching. Our courses synthesize Eastern and Western spiritual traditions based on meditation, study, and service applied to everyday life. To learn more about our courses and services, please visit www.esotericstudies.net.
Are you feeling stuck in unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or low self-esteem? Do you crave a healthy relationship filled with inspiration? You might just be on the verge of attracting your soulmate. Tune in each month to The Laura Richer Show, where dating coach Laura Richer and co-host matchmaker Peggy Bennett share tools for using your dating breakdown for a relationship breakthrough. For more information, visit richerhealinghypnosis.com.
This This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And today we're talking about why losing weight is so hard and the big picture about weight loss. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Jason, why is weight loss so difficult?
Okay, here's the core. Food is commonly used to deal with stress and difficult emotions. We don't have any other way. Packaged and processed food and drink are easy ways to quiet those negative emotions quickly. I was just thinking on the break about an example, and this is, we just moved up to this area that they call it the Mother Lode, where they used to do gold mining, and there's a lot of Old West stories and things like that. And there's this steep grade where they used to take the stagecoach up this grade, and they halfway through they had to switch horse teams because it was so steep that the horse teams couldn't pull the stagecoach all the way up. They'd have to switch it out with another horse team.
Well, and sometimes they'd make the people get out and walk.
Yeah, I think that was an absolute. Yeah. So they didn't. The horses weren't even carrying the people. The people were walking up behind the stagecoach. Yeah. But can you imagine? And this is, I don't know where I get these flashes, but can you imagine the guys trying to hitch up the team of horses and the pin breaks so that he has to go get another pin, and he's going to be late. And, he gets evaluated whether he's on time or not. That's Old West stress, but in the Old West, just think about that, or one of those horses isn't lame and he doesn't have a full team of horses or whatever. He can't just walk over and go eat a Snickers bar or, my favorite was, and I haven't had one of these in a long time. So I'm going to
put it out there.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you my secret. It was Three Musketeers. But, now there are candy counters everywhere, in the pharmacy, in the gas station, in the supermarket. Even places that don't sell food typically have sugary drinks and candy. So if that pin breaks, what do? You go get a Three Musketeers or a Snicker bar or my other favorite was Kit Kat. Anyways, I don't want to make anybody hungry here, but here's my point, that we have, marketing has, these companies have made it so easy for us to grab for a Twinkie or a Ho-Ho or a candy bar rather than say, okay, I'm going to clear the stress that this pin just broke while I'm trying to get the horses up the hill. Back those times, they didn't have anything. So they just, typically it was some sort of physical activity that got rid of the stress, which probably is a better idea than this. But even physical activity, as intuitives, we see that, if you get really mad or anxious, dropping down and doing 10 push-ups or 20 push-ups or whatever.
Or chopping a load of wood. Yeah.
Doesn't get rid of the energy of the stress.
Right.
It might relieve some of the anxiety temporarily.
Clearing does. Yes, it's really phenomenal.
And we know this because we've been working with this for 18 years. Each of us, we've been doing this together with many, many different clients. But not only that, we see this energy stay and go. And when you clear it, it goes. Even if you don't feel it, it goes. And even if you don't believe it, it goes.
It's amazing.
It is. And
so, Jason, what other options are there?
People, the go-to for most of us in the world is food.
Okay.
But there's opioids and both legal and illegal drugs. There's smoking. There's drinking. I guess you'd call that a drug. We don't have good ways of dealing with stress. Drinking a cup of coffee, there's a reason why Starbucks are on every corner. That caffeine hit is also a way of dealing with your emotions, but it doesn't get rid of them. It just postpones them to be dealt with at a different time. And if you understand that when you use these methods, you're postponing these negative emotions, it's also why you can't get rid of your weight, because these emotions keep coming up, and then one way or another, you'll find a way to get to
that candy bar.
Yes.
And excess weight and diabetes and a few other things. They're out of control right now.
They're epidemic.
They really, really are. And, so it doesn't serve us to stay stuck in that. The bottom line is that we have an answer for this, and it's called the ecosystem approach.
Now, we think that stress is, a lot of us, we see that stress is related to work.
Yes.
But it can also be related to health.
Yes.
I've got a cold and I've got to do this and I can't do this, or I'm supposed to go to see my daughter's ballet and I'm contagious. But here's another one that people don't realize. So many of us have relationships that
are toxic
or stressful.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, they're stressful because we're trying to communicate and the other person can't hear, and we don't have the time to work it out. And this stress, what do you do with the stress? Well, you eat it. You calm it with food.
Yes, exactly. So, Jason, why can't you use discipline or self-control with these stressful situations?
That's because these are programming methods. And first of all, they're not sustainable. But as intuitives, we see this really clearly. Self-discipline and self-control are an energy, and they're limited. So let's say you're using self-discipline or self-control to do this new diet, and everything's going around fine. We think of stress as negative, but let's say your boss comes to you and say, well, you're up for this new promotion, and it's between you and this other person, and if you do well in this next project, you'll get it. Well, that's not bad. That's fun. That sounds like it'd be a really positive thing. But I know for me, sometimes I'm the most susceptible to using sweets when I'm excited about a concept or I'm doing something that I really love, and I get all frenzied, amped up, and I calm that with
sugar, and sugar and carbs and things that just don't serve.
Now we've eliminated, Patricia and I have eliminated all the really junk food, but we'll do stuff like a healthy candy bar or it's still sugar or carbs, but it's not like the prepackaged stuff, but it's still sugar and carbs, and still the best thing for us, and we do it, is the clearing.
Well, and so that brings it up, the clearing negative energies constantly, consistently, and specifically, constantly, because there's so much negative energy.
Yes.
And then consistently, because the negative energy bubbles up to the surface if you're not doing it consistently.
We were just talking about self-discipline. Mm-hmm. Whenever you use self-discipline, you push back your negative emotions, and they come back. And that's why specifically is so important, because
exactly
if you don't clear the specific emotions, that's what gets you in trouble.
Well, and let's just talk about that for just 1 second. When you're first starting clearing, you're not going to realize or be able to understand to be able to do specifically. It's one of the reasons that the newsletter and clearing, using the clearing list on the newsletter each week is really, really good.
Exactly.
It works really, really well. But the other thing is that there are so many levels, and I'm just going to use the energy of anger. Well, you know what? If you can see that you have different levels of anger, you go for it. You clear those things.
And things you're angry about.
But
we were going to show people how to do clearing in this place, and we get so excited about this that we just kind of go on and on.
Okay, so Jason, let's go with key points to start.
We use food as a drug to work with negative emotions and stress. Mm-hmm. There is no quick, easy way to work with stress other than food and drugs, the way it is now in our culture.
Okay.
Self-discipline and self-control are energies that are used up in times of stress.
Okay.
Clearing constantly, consistently, and specifically is the solution, and the ecosystem approach makes it easy.
Okay. I like that. Jason, let's tell people how to do the clearing.
okay. It's very simple. You don't have to have any special posture. You use your mind's eye. You'd use a trash can. And as we say, and to eliminate, take a gentle breath, gather up all that negative energy in your body, blow it into that trash can, whether it's imaginary or not. And it's that simple. Okay. And we'll talk about some more next time. We empty the trash can. Don't worry about that. And whether you feel it or not, doesn't matter. It works.
Okay. And then we activate life force energy, the most powerful energy that there is. And it's truly amazing. And what we're going to do is we're going to sort of reverse it. We're going to pull in life force energy. We're going to let it go through our head and all the way down our torso, our arms, all the way down to the tips of our toes. I like to turn it around. And when I exhale out, meaning when I exhale out, I use that life force energy to clean up any negative energy that's been left behind, because Lord knows we've got tons of it. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to help you remove some of the negative energy that keeps you from having a successful weight loss program. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Are you your story? Or can you change your story? Can you change what you believe to be true about yourself and your circumstances as part of your healing journey? What if you were to change your expectations? What if you were to invite ease and cooperation into every day and then step back and see what happens? It might just be easier. I'm Megan Edge, and I hope that you'll join me on my new radio show, Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host Dr. Pat on Transformation Talk Radio. I look forward to seeing you there.
Want to find out more about Megan Edge? Visit her website at meganedge.ca.
Have you been searching for a push to step out and share your gifts with the world? Allow Charlene Hess to empower you to start shedding the layers of your ego that are holding you back and begin feeling connected to your heart so that you can shine your unique divine light and share your gifts with the world. Tune in to the Charlene Hess Show, Living on Your Heart's Edge, every first and third Friday at noon Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information, visit CharleneHess.com.
Got a bra problem? The Healthy Bra Company comes highly recommended by Dr. Christina Lasich in her book, High Heels to Hormones, A Woman's Guide to Spine Care. Ladies, if you have neck, back, or shoulder pain or postural issues, Maria Monti, postural therapist and owner of the Healthy Bra Company, says they might be related to your bra. Call Maria today at 360-815-3205. That's 360-815-3205.
High-frequency healing for an amazing life with Source Light Radio. Join host Laura Barton each month on Transformation Talk Radio as she explores Source Light integration, a unique spectrum of energy, light, and frequency. Experience instantaneous healing and amazing shifts in consciousness with Source Light Integrations Radio. For more information on Laura and her work, visit sourcelightintegrations.com.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out at drpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness.
Got a bra problem? The Healthy Bra Company comes highly recommended by Dr. Christina Lasich in her book, High Heels to Hormones, A Woman's Guide to Spine Care. Ladies, if you have neck, back, or shoulder pain or postural issues, Maria Monti, postural therapist and owner of the Healthy
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're going to help you right now remove some of the negative energy that keeps you from having a successful weight loss program. Jason, let's do some clearing.
We're going to do this, and you can do this over and over again. Save the recording, download the recording, and just listen to it over and over again. And the more times you do it, the better it is, because just like negative energy accumulates, the more clearing you do, even if it's the same thing, it reduces the negative energy. Okay. So here we go. I direct all my resources and all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can use clearing and programming for weight loss. Take a breath, gather up that understanding and any blocks of that understanding and blow it into the trash can. And to eliminate my impatience to lose weight right now that keeps me from using the best programs. Take a breath.
I'm going to add to that one. And to eliminate my impatience to lose weight right now that keeps me from seeing what is in my best interest and how to use it in my best interest. Take a nice breath, everyone.
Well, I'll take that one and up another one. How's this? And to eliminate my impatience that comes from shame and guilt that says I've been heavy way too long and I have to get rid of that weight right now, this second, this minute. Take a breath. Remove all that impatience and shame and guilt.
Yes, and off audio, he and I are going to clear a competition between us. So, and to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see my negative emotions that keep me from weight loss and successful weight loss. Take a nice breath.
Well, since you mentioned that, this is a really good one. And to eliminate the competition I have with that that skinny so-and-so that I know that drives me nuts and that anger that I have because of that competition. Take a breath.
Exactly. And by the way, when you clear that competition, you stop giving that person your power, because you really need or could be using that power for yourself.
That's the idea that you have only so much self-discipline.
Exactly.
If you take it away from being competitive and jealous, then you have more for self-discipline.
Well, let's jump in and say that. And to eliminate any competition and jealousy I have at others that keeps me from my own power. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the competition, jealousy, and shame, because I'm always comparing myself to someone in ways that are unreasonable and inappropriate for me. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the frenzy, the stress, and the overwhelm that keeps me from losing weight. Take a breath. Oh, the next one's a good one, Jason. Go for it.
Any shame or guilt I feel if I don't follow the steps in my program for weight loss.
Good one. And to eliminate my neediness to be perfect in everything that I do by somebody else's standards.
Yes.
Take a breath.
Here's a big one that we see because we're intuitives, and to eliminate all the negative energy that's stuck in my fat cells of anger, resentment, fear, hate,
jealousy,
bitterness, that needs to be removed before I can get rid of that weight. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my neediness to abuse myself because of the programming in my life. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my neediness to abuse myself with food because of the shame and guilt that I carry. Take a breath. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that boot camp weight loss programs, don't do anything for these negative emotions that I have, when it's a lot easier just to clear them. I don't have to go to a boot camp to just clear my negative emotions. Take a breath.
Well, this one's going to go right along with that, only it's not meant exactly that way. And to eliminate the hurt and pain I have had during my life about my weight. I release and let go all of that hurt and pain. The truth is, I don't need to be wearing it anymore. I don't need to hold on to it anymore. It does not serve me. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the illusion that says if someone yells at me and makes me work out, then that is a sustainable way for me to lose weight, when that's not true at all. Take a breath.
Should we activate some life force, Jason?
That sounds great.
Okay. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force energy for me so I can have the strength to follow my weight loss program. Take a breath.
Imagine it filling you up. And to activate life force so I can have hope for a slimmer me that is sustainable. Mm-hmm. Take a breath.
And to activate life force so I can love me and remove the hate of me through an entire process. Take a breath. And to activate life force so I can have the strength to hope for a long-term loss that I can sustain, meaning loss of weight, loss of negative energies that I can sustain. Take a breath. And if you can't, just do it again. It's okay. It's really okay. That's what makes the ecosystem approach so sustainable, so amazing. And so last one, maybe, Jason, what do you say?
Yes.
And to activate life force so I can love myself enough to be peaceful, happy, healthy, and enjoy my life as I go through the process using the ecosystem approach and the process of living. Take a nice breath, everyone. So, Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
Next week is part 2, which is going to be all about sugar. Every diet that I know of, any credible diets, tells you to minimize or eliminate sugar. And that's not so easy. So we're going to really tell you how you can change your taste buds, how you can change what really appeals to you, and ways to deal with your sugar cravings. We have some really good ways of doing that. So the other thing is that if you understand the importance of removing negative energy, mark your calendar, because we do Living Lighter Radio every week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you can't listen at that time, our show is recorded, and you can go to our website at www.livinglighter.org and look for the radio tab.
Okay. So, by the way, if I call you sugar, that isn't what you're talking about regarding the show next week.
Yeah, that takes me in a whole different direction. and
Okay. If you really want to have a better life, you need to make clearing consistently, constantly, and specifically a part of your life. To do that, you have to sign up for our newsletter. And when you do that, you also get a backstory for Living Lighter Radio and about Jason and myself. And by the way, he always puts something in there that, he's telling secrets about me usually.
Yes, I love to do that. So, And if you've got a benefit today, go like us on Facebook. I love to be liked on Facebook. We're at livinglighter.org. And we always give you a preview of the next show on our Facebook page every week. Okay.
Well, wait a minute. What about comments and remarks and suggestions for shows?
If you can email us at Jason and Patricia, one word, JasonandPatricia at livinglighter.org. Send us show suggestions if you want. Tell us how well it's doing, helping you lose weight. We'd love to hear your comments.
Okay. We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio, and you're listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia.
Wishing you a lifetime of living lighter.
Thank you for listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly as we discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information, visit our website at www.livinglighter.org.